So back to the president's message about Syria. Now, President Obama says that he wants diplomacy to work there, but he also says that if it doesn't work and the U.S. fails to act, Bashar al-Assad and, quote, other tyrants wouldn't think twice about using chemical weapons. In his speech last night, the president addressed some of the concerns that you may have about the U.S. possibly being involved militarily.
I know that after the terrible toll of Iraq and Afghanistan, the idea of any military action, no matter how limited, is not going to be popular. After all, I've spent 4.5 years working to end wars, not to start them.
Well, let's bring in political science professor Jason Johnson about how that went last night, and if the president said if it was enough to convince people that if diplomacy fails and an attack turns out to be necessary, that this is something needed and it wouldn't end up miring us.
You know, as a political science professor, I can appreciate all the technical, theoretical stuff that he said last night. But as a president who's supposed to be trying to convince people to rally around a particular issue, I don't think he did that good of a job. And it's in large part because, I mean, here we are on the 9/11 anniversary. This nation is weary of war. I don't really think there was anything that Obama could have said to either sway the public or sway Congress, but he at least explained himself, and that's better than most of what's happened over the last several weeks.
So he says that he's giving Syria, you know, the chance to follow through here on giving up the chemical weapons, but he is keeping the military ready. This is that point.
I've ordered our military to maintain their current posture, to keep the pressure on Assad, and to be in a position to respond if diplomacy fails.
All right, so is he right basically in saying that the way that diplomacy works is a threat of military action?
Yeah, you know, you got to have the stick and the carrot. You know, if you don't have the stick, the carrot doesn't work. Speak softly and carry a big stick from Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, everyone knows that this is the only way that you're going to get things done in your family, in life, and in politics. So the president is perfectly correct in making sure that the military is still there. Whether or not he's going to get Congress involved and when he gets Congress involved is another question entirely. But the military threat's the only reason that we got things done.
You know, but there are so many unanswered questions, are there not? For example, how long are we going to wait for Russia to actually prove that this is not a stalling tactic?
We don't know, and that's the biggest problem. I don't think anybody in the White House knows that right now, and that's something that really needs to be taken care of soon.
All right, Jason Johnson, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You know, an iPad could hold the answer as to whether George Zimmerman or